Howdy, paper engineers in training. I'm showing you something new today. Well, it's not new. I got it. It's just something I'm going to show you. A couple of different things. I'm going to show you how to make a mold from one of these. That's just an old coat hanger. Now, what I'm doing here is this is that heavy bag from Amazon. Now, this is what you have to do. You have to figure out what size you want to make something. That's all right. I'm making these, and I'll show you more of this in a minute. But what you have to do is you have to figure out what size you want to make. And I figured 3 inches would be just right. And so now what I'm trying to do is I've got to put this together so that it glues really well. And one of the ways to get this to do this is to use your dental tools to get that glue to smooth out nicely and go down inside where you want it. And then, oops, right here. Keep my dental tools clean. I don't like to get goop on them. It's not good because it transfers onto all kinds of stuff. But anyway, now what we're doing is we're just going to go along here like so. And this is just like twisting up any other piece of paper that you might be doing. Now, this is already starting to crawl off of there. So there's something, I didn't get it right in the beginning. Okay, so what I have to do is I have to go back over here and I have to adjust it just a tiny bit so that it will wrap on here straight. Because if it walks off left or right, it will mess up what you're doing. And so this is just a bit of showing you how to make a cylinder around anything round that you've got. That you need the diameter of a certain size to make something. You usually have all of the round stuff that you can, different sizes, oops, yeah, well, like this, okay. So once you start figuring out what size diameter of a circle you need, then all you have to do is find out something that you can wrap it around that's about that right size. Because you can always make it smaller if you need to by slitting it right down the middle and flailing it open and then cutting the end off. Okay, now that comes off of there just like that. I can wipe it under here. I got 2x6s under my table holding it up. Okay, so now that's what we've got. All right, so, and that comes right off of there. Now I'm going to put this on my fan and dry it. And so it'll be dry in not too much longer. But this was one I made earlier. This was, what happens is when you get it wet with the glue, you get bubbles in it. There's not a whole lot you can do about that. It happens with just about everything. Every paper, I should say, that you use can do this. And so I slit it open and I just add some glue into there like that and rub it around with the dental tools, get it underneath. Because what I'm doing right now is I am getting this ready to seal completely up and be a functioning piece that I need to use. And so then you hold that in place. And it's just got to tack up. And then you can let go of it because you don't need this anymore, other than you want to keep it round while you're working with it. And I will sand that down some more later. Now, that's finished with that. Now what I want to show you is how to make a mold. This is just a broken coat hanger that I took, and I like that curve. Now, very rarely do I need this curve, but sometimes you do. So what you do is, since Elmer's glue, doesn't matter what kind of Elmer's it is, it's PVA, same thing, will not stick to plastic. So now that I lick this just a little bit, and I start putting this into place like this. Because your finger has to slip around on it, but not cause it to move. Okay, so now what we do is we just add some more glue to this. Now what I'm basically doing is I am raising up a mold from this piece, and we just put another thing on there like that. Lick my finger just a little bit, because what that does is it also puts glue on the outside of this tissue paper, which means as the tissue paper folds over itself, because it's curved, it's a compound curve, and those compound curves don't want to bend two different directions. Paper is notorious for that. And we do it again. All right, now this is like, I think, 6 layers. And later on, I will take this apart on camera and show you what it actually does. And so anyway, we better add a little bit more glue on here. I have found that this clear Elmer's, you go through glue faster because it's a weird glue. It's different. And I can't explain it to you, but I just have noticed it. And so anyway, there we go. This is layer number, I think, 4, maybe 5. I don't know. I lost count. I think there was 6 of them though, or maybe 7. And anyway, now what I'll do is once I get this all on here, then I will just set it back underneath my fan, and it will dry very fast. Like, it doesn't matter how many sheets of paper you got here. It will dry up in like an hour, because the air flowing across this dries it quickly. Last piece. And this mold technique that I'm showing you right here will work for anything. I don't care what it is. If you want threads on something and you got a bolt and you need to make threads, you can do the same thing, but you have to put wax or a light coating of a WD-40 or something on the threads, because this will stick to the threads. But anyway, it will not stick to plastic. So if you ever have any kind of plastic threaded anything, you can put threads on something with paper on it. So there you go, Paper Army. Salute.